Hello everyone, this is Devabrata once again, and today I'm planning to take a class on common table expression. Common table expression is nothing but a temporary result set that we have already used in our previous classes like temporary table and subquery. No one is going to ask you the definition of the component table expression or CTE in short. They will be concentrating on the concept you have on CTE. But still, if anyone asks, the answer will be quite simple. CTE means a temporary result set. So let's explore what is temporary result set. So we have, as I said, we have already done the same in our previous classes like subquery and temp table. If let's take one example question like state-wise total marks. Suppose they want to explore, suppose after some exam, in the newspaper companies, they are looking for state-wise highest marks. Suppose who got the highest marks in Delhi or something, who got the highest marks in California, something like that. They are not interested on the name. This time they are interested on the marks. They just need the marks. So if I just go to the SQL, just to give you a brief idea what we can do in this situation. So just take a sample table called student. And here you can see the data is on subject basis, but they are looking for the maximum total marks. The total marks, I mean, means not the subject wise. So to do that, what we can write? So suppose first let me solve this question using subquery. That will be approach one using subquery. How we can make it? Select star from student, group by role. I'm not interested on the name. I'm just interested on role and state. So I can write role state and sum of the marks. I'm interested more on the total marks. Something like this. So if I just run this query, it is going to give me the role wise total, not the subject level anymore. So this is a temporary data. This is called temporary result set. This result set is temporary because I need it for the further query. It is not the permanent one. So on the basis of this query, on the basis of this query result, if I put it inside the bracket and if I do further scripting like group by state, say, and here I can write state-wise max. So that was the first level and now I'm interested on the second level. So now if I run, you can see I will get the desired result. So the query written inside was giving me the temporary result set. On the basis of that, I am reaching out to my final result, that is state-wise maximum total marks. So you can see California's total highest total is 240, Delhi highest total is 220, West Bengal highest total is 283. I'm a little bit biased on my own state, don't mind for that. But jokes apart, so here we achieve this situation using the subquery. We can achieve the same situation, same thing using temporary table as well. Don't worry, I will share the codes with you in the detail section. You can check. So here I can use the same using the temporary table. So what I can do first, I will take this first set of query and I can store it into some temporary table called temp. If I do that, you can see it will be stored somewhere in the temporary table. On the next level, I'm not going to use subquery anymore. Instead of that, I can use the temporary table directly. And if I run, it is going to give me the same result. You can see. So it is another type of temporary result set. I am taking this here and then I'm using it here again. So this is the final result set and it is the temporary result set. I think you are getting me, means what I'm trying to show. So sorry, it was approach 2. So now if I want to show you using CTE, that is the topic in our of our class today. So here I can write common table expression or CTE. So how we can do that? So here I can write with suppose T as or let me copy the query. Let me copy this. So it is just something like in the passive voice. Suppose if I say like I eat rice, and in the passive voice you can write it the same sentence in the passive voice, like rice is eaten by me, something like that. So here I am going to do that. Select start from T, but here I will do it in a reverse way, like with T as, and I can copy paste this. Sorry, I can copy paste this. With T as, I do not need to write T here, and here I can write T. So the definition is with T as something, select state max from T, the rest of the things are same. So it is just in the passive voice. So if I run, you can see it is giving me the same result. Now, obviously, you will be thinking why the need of using, what is the actual need of using this CTE? Obviously, today's class is dedicated for CTE. We will obviously explore, but in the most of the situation in as per my experience, we can do the same using subquery or the temporary table. Trust me. So if you feel the similarity, this topic one is just to discuss about the similarities, not the differences. So here we can achieve this by this thing as well. So now if I run all of them, it will give me an error. Why? Because it is saying T is not a recognized option or something. So here what I can do, I can put a semicolon here. So it requires, if you are running it with a bunch of other queries, it requires a semicolon at the starting. If you are running it only, it is enough. If you are running it with other queries, it needs a semicolon. So here, I just need to make a small change here. So temp is already created, so it might give the error. So I can do some minor change in the naming. So now if I run, all three queries will be executed and it will give me the desired result. And you can see all are same. Okay, so this is the similarity of CTE with subquery and the temporary table. So if you are following my playlist, so obviously we have done subquery quite earlier, probably in class number 2. If I'm not wrong, I remember it was in the class 2, very early class. So you can feel the topic was very easy. So now if I go to topic 2, obvious questions are arising in your mind, like why we need CTE. So obviously we need to check advantages of CTE now. Obviously there will be something so that we are going to use that. First advantage is simplicity. Let's take one example. Find the state-wise max and state-wise minimum marks in different rows. Suppose it is asking for the similar result, but here something with California maximum marks, and again in another row it is looking for California minimum marks. Suppose what we need to do. So if I just go to some other query window without deleting that code. So here in subquery, what you need to do, let me delete the temporary table approach. Let me just directly compare with the subquery. So for the subquery, you need to copy and paste this code twice. And here you need to write something called union all or union, whatever you can use. And here you have to do min total, something like that you have to do. If I run, it will give us that desired result. So California wise maximum is 240 and California minimum is 128. Delhi highest 220, Delhi lowest 152. West Bengal highest 283, West Bengal lowest 90.50. Two less marks, I know, but don't worry on that. So this is the thing. But here you can see the same set of query I have to use twice. It is kind of the same code using, I have to write twice. So again, I have given you a very simple example. Situation wise, it will be the situation. It might be the situation like you have to write a very big code, but easily you can somehow shorten that using CTE. I am showing you. So the same thing, if I want to do this in CTE, what will be the answer? With TS, this is the common one, common line. And here, without replicating this line, without writing this line again, I can simply do the union here and I can write minimum total. I will get the similar answer, but with less number of lines. So that is the advantage. Here I can write approach 2 using CTE. You can see. So this line I can reuse in the in both of these queries, here and here as well. Okay, but in case of subquery, you cannot do that. Okay, but yeah, in case of temporary table, we could do that, but it has some other problems as well. I'm not going into that direction, but I'm looking for straightforward a comparison between subquery and the CTE. Subquery is kind of active voice, and CTE I take it as a passive voice, but it has some advantages like this. We can reuse some code. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can write me in the comment section. I will be happy to answer you. These are some advantages as well, like we are talking about everything on the displaying the record. I mean, selecting the record. If I want to do some update or if I want to do some delete, that is impossible in temporary table and in subquery. Now, few people might say like, okay, temporary table we can delete. Yes, but from the temporary table, you cannot delete it from the original table. So here we have the advantages. I'm showing you. So here, suppose the question is delete all the male students from California. So in subquery, how we can achieve that? Let me, let me write the code by myself. So suppose if I write select star from, say, I'm just taking very simple example so that he will not face any a problem to understand the question. So suppose if I write where state equals to California and male, gender equals to male, say, sorry, and gender equals to male, say. So if I can give a T, something like that, yeah. So you can see, I want to delete that. So now instead of select, if you write delete star from or delete from, it is not going to work. It is saying incorrect syntax or something like that. So using subquery, you can only select. You cannot do anything apart from select. You can only do select using subquery. You cannot do delete or update or various operations. So it is only limited for the select. You can see here. So now, if I use the CTE for the same purpose, first let me do the select just to show you the data. So here I can do something like the same sentence. I will write it in a passive voice like with T as, you can name it as per your choice, T or anything. And here, if I just write select star from T, it is going to give me all California male people. You can see. But now here, I can do the delete or update, whatever it wants for. So if I just delete, execute, and now if I just going to check if there is any more California and male people are there or not, you can see there is no one left. So it is actually deleting the data from the table, but it is not possible for subquery. So that is the advantages of CTE. Obviously, we will check. Now, few people might think we can delete this data directly from the table. Why should we use the CTE? Obviously, we are not using CTE just to delete the data. Obviously, we can delete the data directly from the table, but I'm showing you the differences now. Like using CTE, we can do all the operations. That is my purpose actually. We can select, we can delete, we can update. You can try to do anything you want. But with subquery, we can only select. Few people I have personally asked a lot of people a lot of questions to the people in the interview round, like what is the difference between say subquery and CTE? I can write the same thing using subquery. So why we are using the CTE? And trust me, people are blank there. People couldn't answer like really. If we can solve something using subquery, why should we use CTE? What is the difference? That's why I'm trying to show you the actual concept of CTE. Obviously, when the class will be ended, I will show you what we are trying to achieve with CTE, what is the really practical use. But here, obviously, you can probably started understanding like what is the difference with CTE and the subquery in the topic 2. So now if I go further in the topic 3, so now we will explore multiple CTE. Suppose if we have a question like find the average math marks for Delhi and average physics marks for female students. How we can do that together? So first concentrate on the average math marks for the Delhi. So if I just go to a new query, and now we are not going to discuss any more with the subquery. We will just try to check different properties of the subquery, property of CTE. So suppose if I write with T1 as, so the first thing is select start from student where the subjects equals to math, equals to math, and the state equals to Delhi. Okay. So that will be my first search. Let me do one thing. Let me close this one and let me make it in the same line. So if I run that, it is going to give me the math marks from Delhi, but now they are looking for average math marks for Delhi. So I can write here average marks. So if I run that average marks, let me show you. So average math marks is 6180. So I can write something here like Delhi math, just to denote what is 61. So something like that I can write. So Delhi math average. So just a symbol or something, whatever you can say. We can make it like reference or something, whatever. You can name it anything. The second thing is we can write multiple CTE together. So here we can write T2 as, again, another query. So my point is you do not need to write the with word, that word with another time. It is just require a comma and then you can write T2 as. Okay, so that is the concept. So here they are looking for average physics marks for females. Okay, so I can simply copy it. I'm a lazy person, so I prefer to copy and paste. So here I can write instead of Delhi, I can write something like and just a minute. Let me make it visible. Yeah, here as well. Let me make it visible. So where subjects equals to physics and gender equals to female. So here average marks and here I can write female physics average, something average physics marks. Yeah. So female physics average. So it is T2 and now I can write select star from T1 union select. Just I'm trying to show you different properties. And at the end, I will be using that with a real purpose. So sorry, I'm doing some mistake, probably. Okay, probably I'm forgetting to give a semicolon to run it. Or no, sorry, no column was specified for column 2 in T1. Ah, okay, I missed it. So it is like AVJ marks, something. Okay, I forgot that. I didn't notice the error message. Here as well, I can write, let me copy that. Here also I can write the same as average marks. So now if I run, so you can see, so Delhi math average is 61.80, female physics average is 42.25, something. So that we can achieve, we can actually use multiple CTE in our query. It is not like we can use only one CTE. You can see here with T1 as the definition, and next time you have just need to put a comma, T2 as something. Okay, you can write comma T3 as, or anything. It is not only T1 or T2. You can write my name, Debu here. You can write Guha here. So anything as per your choice. It is not like always you have to use T1 and T2. So Debu, and here I can use Guha something. It will also work. Okay, something like that. So that we can use multiple CTE, that I have shown you how we can use multiple CTE. So the next turn is the topic 4, very small topic. We do not have anything large here. Nested CTE. Suppose if anyone asks for state-wise maximum total marks, how you are going to solve that? State-wise maximum total marks. So you know, to reach to the total marks, what we need to do? First, suppose with T1 as, how to reach to total marks? Obviously select state, comma roll, comma sum of marks as total, because our default marks in our table is on subject level. So we need to first go to the total level. So I'm doing the sum of the marks, group by state and roll. So by doing that, we will reach out to the total level. Okay, sorry, I'm doing something wrong. Okay, students, I guess, or I don't know. Okay, sorry. I am doing some mistakes in group by. I'm becoming old probably. I'm doing some stupid mistake. I do that in my office as well. But yeah, here you can see. So I have achieved to the total marks from the subject. We have already done that today itself at the starting of our class. So here I have achieved the total. Now I can reuse this T1 in the next level. So that's why it is called nested CTE. So here it is asking for state-wise maximum marks. Again, the similar question like our means like our first question. The first question was the same when we start the class. The topic 1, we have faced the same thing. So here I can write some query like select state wise max total. At the starting of the class, we have done that in some different approach. Here we can use some different approach. And here you can see, I can use the T1 itself. Inside T2, I can use the T1. So that was my intention to show you. Okay. That's all. And here I can write select star from T2. Now, many people might say like, okay, we can achieve that from SubQuery as well. Yes, obviously we have solved the same question in topic 1 today using SubQuery, using temp table, obviously. But again and again, I'm telling you, I'm just showing all this just to prepare the ground, just to show you the different properties of the CTE. That is my intention. In topic 5, the last topic, I will show you what is the real use. So here I can just write something like highest or something, whatever. So now if I run, you can see the California wise highest is 174, Delhi wise 220. It decreased because probably we have deleted some California people. That's why. But Delhi and West Bengal are the same. So you can see my purpose here in topic 4, just to show you the T1 I can used in the T2 itself. So T2 is dependent on T1. So we can reuse this CTE in the following CTEs as well. So that is my point. Even here, suppose I can write T3 as, and here inside we can use T1 and T2 both. T1 and T2 both I can use. But again, I do not have any test case now, but the concept is like that. You can use a CTE in the following CTEs. Okay, so that's why it is called nested CTE. If it is not clear, I will request you just to check that portion of the class once again. And if you have any doubt, you can send a mail to me. You can send in a comment section, whatever you can do. You can post something in the group, in our group. We will try to answer somehow. Now, the real scenarios of the using CTE, that is the last thing. And that can be achieved only using CTE. Trust me, you cannot achieve it using subquery or using temp table. What is the situation? Let's take the first situation, deletion of the duplicate entry. So duplicate entry means, suppose if I go here, suppose select star from student. Here, you can see everyone is having one entry, Ankan physics or something. Ankan has reappeared in physics second time and got 90. Or this might be the situation, or someone probably by mistakenly, suppose inserted the data twice. For Shreya, suppose the data has been inserted twice. Let me insert some bad data. Roll equals to 2. So let me insert the same data into student table once again, just to pollute the data. So now I have just polluted the data. So now if I just do select star from student where roll 2, you can see the duplicate data. Exactly everything is duplicate. Now my question to you, direct question, without using CTE, how you can delete that? You do not have anything different. For role 1, yes, it is also one kind of duplicate, but here the physics marks are different. So at least you can write manually delete from student where role equals to 1, subject equals to physics, and marks equals to say 30. You can specify those to delete that line. But for Shreya, it is exactly same. How you can delete that? Just think once. Because this physics and this physics is exactly same. If you want to delete this line will also be deleted. But here the concept is you have to delete only one record. Very straightforward question. If you have anyone have any answer, you can paste it in the comment section. If I see zero comment, then I will believe like, okay, you do not have any approaches. So here CTE is mandatory. How we can achieve that? So first, here we have to have some extra column, obviously. Otherwise, on the basis of what I will delete, we surely have to have some extra column here. I mean here. And on the basis of that, I will delete one record. Suppose for this, I want to keep this and I want to delete this line. So, but there should be something different because now till now, it is exactly same. So now let me think how I can do that. So with T as, suppose I can write something, select star from student. I can reuse some of our previous knowledges, like I can use a row number. So row number, that will always give some different sequence. Row number over. If you do not know what is row number, I will request you just to have a revise the class Windows function. I forgot the class number, but you will get it, definitely get it in the playlist. So here I can write partition by roll number, comma, subjects. So for each subject and each roll number, I need this. Order by, I do not have anything else. So I can put any random column like roll and I can name it this new column as sequence. Say. And if I now try to check the data, it will bring me an extra column. Okay, sorry, some problem. Okay, subjects, sorry. Probably I am not sure. Yeah, it is subjects. Yeah. So here you can see one extra column. So now specifically, if I just want to see the data for Shreya, role 2, you can see now something is different. So, okay, if I just need to order by subjects, say, just try to understand what I'm trying to do. Here, Shreya chemistry and Shreya chemistry, both are identical until this column. But in sequence, you can see 1 and 2. This column, listen very carefully. This column doesn't exist in the student table in reality. Student table means role to state, only that much. This column I have imported using row number or Windows function and with using the common table expression or CTE. So that is an extra column. Now CTE has the power to delete the original data on the basis of this imaginary column. So here I can delete the data from the original table. Here it is not like I'm deleting from the CTE itself. I'm deleting it. It will delete the data from the original table. So here I'm deleting on the basis of this imaginary column. So here if I write where sequence equals to 2. So here sequence equals to 2. So it is going to delete this one, and this one. Got it. So before deleting, let me play with just let me check with the other data. Suppose if I write select star from T where role equals to 3 because role 3 is having general data, no duplicate data. So you can see Radhika is having 1, 1, 1. If I check it for role 4, it has to be very fine data. You can see no duplicate. But for role 1, there should be duplicate data. So look, for the physics marks, it is 30.50. If you want, you can manage here as well, order by role, and suppose marks ascending something. So if I control that marks ascending, then this 30.50 will be having sequence 1 and this 90 will be having sequence 2. It will be reversed. But generally, no one except a mad people want to delete the bigger marks. But still, if you want to play with that, you can see here 90 becomes now sequence 2. But again, no one will be looking for deleting the bigger marks, obviously. But still, I just wanted to play. But for Shreya, it will not impact anything because Shreya's marks are exactly same. So no impact at all. You can see 75, 75, 77, 77, 91, 91. So it is exactly same. So this thing has no impact for Shreya, but it has an impact for Ankan, who is role number 1. But anyway, my purpose is to delete the duplicate. So here, if I just run this thing, delete from T where sequence equals to 2. Sequence 2 means it is denoting the duplicate data. So if I do that, it is going to delete the duplicate data from the table. You can see 4 rows deleted. So now if I just go to a new tab and just try to check select star from student where role equals to 2 for Shreya, what happened? For Shreya, you can see the duplicate data has been removed. For role 1, what happened? For role 1, you can see the bigger number has been deleted. The physics 90 has been deleted. Ankan surely might be a fool. He deleted, he wished to delete the bigger number. But again, jokes apart, our goal was to delete the duplicate data. And if I want to see the full set of data, you can see it remains as it is. So using CTE, it is a superpower, I will say, like a superhero. You can delete exactly identical records from the real table depending on a imported imaginary column. That column called sequence was created by common table expression artificially. It was not this sequence is not a member of the real student table. We imported that, we created that using CTE. And after that, on the basis of that imaginary column, we have deleted some real records from the real table. So that is the power of CTE. We have several use cases of CTE further, but for the time being, that's all for the day. We have another advantages called recursive CTE. So I will keep a separate class for recursive CTE because it will be a complicated one. So first revise this, solve some exercise, do some hands-on, and let me know if you are facing any problem. Then we will move to the recursive CTE. And this topic 5 is the actual uses of CTE. And that's That's why I have shown you previous 4 topics, just to make you comfortable with the CTE. So that's the purpose. If you have any doubt, anything, you can contact me using this Facebook group, or you can send me a mail, or you can obviously comment in the comment section. Someone of us will answer you. But my suggestion will be, try to do all the codes by yourself. Do not copy and paste the code. I really do not recommend that. Face the error, face the problem. Let me know. I will try to make you understand. Uh, unless you face the problem, you will never be able to learn. Okay. So let's explore recursivity in our next class. For today, that's all. Bye.